You already know, man. RTM Convo time, you get me? Well, go on, my people. Now, I've had a lot of DMs and a lot of requests, people wanting me to do Alf from Cherry Orchid. They want me to do a proper interview on him, so that's where we're at today. I put on these glasses because someone tried to mock my eyes in the last video. They all spray his eyes. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakat. AJ. So boom, waiting for Alfie to come in. You get me? So we can get his full story, man. He's got a good story, man. I'm happy he's changed and that. Alfie, walk on, brother. See him there. Think I've done it. Big up everyone on the live. You already know. Don't even know what's going on. I swear I sent the request though. See him there. Yo, Alfie.
Yo, Shawa, I can't see myself.
I can't see yourself either.
1 second. Yeah.
Bloody yo, it was better off with the darkness, blood. No, I'm joking.
My doggy. I'm good, my boy. How you been?
The moon, you lot picked up a point the other day.
Boy, that point was like a victory to us, cuz. Serious. I was at my brethren's yard, you get me? We was watching it in and out, you get me? But it was a win for us. As long as if we beat Croatia, then we're off in a chance of, I think, like 4 teams out of the 6 groups of the Euros, the 3rd place go through, innit? So,
yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, I was doing the podcast, innit? I thought England had that in the bag, mate. I came back to watch the highlights. I thought, bloody hell.
Yeah, England, they've been playing they're looking a bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie, fam, yeah. I've had, like, DMs and that, like, they say, nah, you need to interview Alf more. I don't know if they're from your estate or if they're from, but they're rating you highly, brother. They say, nah,
My brother.
You know what I mean? So, I thought, nah.
Yeah. His man's been around for a long while in man's ends, innit? In the borough. So, as much as man's loved, his man's also hated, innit? So,
yeah. No, but
thanks giving it.
I'm gonna try and run it from the start. Obviously, I'm not Bobby, so I don't. You get what I'm saying? I ain't got the proper skills like that. You get me? But we're just gonna do this the RTM way. You get me? Roadman thing. But from the start, like, where was you born in that, my brother? Like,
so originally, man was born in Glasgow in Scotland with my mum. You get me? Man was born in a house. I wasn't even born in a hospital.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I wasn't even registered for like the first 5 months, bro. Okay. So, yeah, it's one of them home births.
Yeah.
You get me? You know, like that.
Yeah.
So from there, we was up there for a bit. And then, yeah, man moved down to England still when I was about 7, about a couple months after 7.
Do you remember Scotland as a kid?
Yeah, bits of it still, man. Like, I still speak to certain people up there. Like we'll go back to like in a little while. But man bought a couple of houses up there just to start back again where it all started from. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
have you got any memories Have you got any memories though from like before you was? Because I've got memories like in Dominica. I came here when I was 7, like nearly 7. But I've got little memories. You get what I'm saying? So I just wonder if
man's got little memories still, of course. Like even now, like man still talk to a couple of people from when I was a kid. Do you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Link back up, and man's still got talking to people that man's grown up with from 25 years ago.
Boom,
So,
forget that. How did you find the change when you came down to England, or was you too young to even notice?
man was young, but man also man knew, innit? Do you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, there was a change, but there wasn't much of a change. Obviously, my accent was a bit funny to start with. Do you know what I'm saying? Man used to get the odd comments and that from people, like especially man's bedroom. Yo, like man's accent, like,
Can
it's
you
just
still
mad. Do
do
you get me? Yeah, I can still like obviously my family members. I'll put on a twang. Do you know, like
it? Yeah.
man have to. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
Like
I
man can't
can't.
forget.
Ooh,
Say that again.
I can't hear the Scottish at all, Alfie.
No, true say, fam, man's been doing so much hood
Yeah, yeah, it's
25 years ago. Like,
like me though. I came with an accent. I could still draw for it, but you see me?
oh yeah, man could draw for it still. Man can draw for it. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just in a time and a place where needed.
So
It's
did
just
you?
not, you know.
Did you? Where in England did you move to?
Um, so I moved to Charlton, which is in between. It's in like southeast London, which is in between Woolwich and Greenwich. Like it's like a Greenwich borough there, but it's next to Lewisham borough.
Mm. So
So
you've been there ever since then, basically. Well,
yeah, well, until I moved out, I was there, you know. Yeah, man, me, my brother, my little brother, he's 7 years younger than me now, so he's at 25. My sister's now 21. But yeah, we was obviously in due time. Do you know what I'm saying? When my mum had my brother and my sister, we grew up there, you know.
mm. So
Um,
how was you in school and that?
School was not too bad still. Like I was like primary school was a bit I can't really remember. Like I went to a primary school called Thorntree, which is in
Mm.
Charlton. It's like in a little dip.
Mm.
I've done my year 5 and year 6 there. My year 7 when I went to secondary school. I went to a school called Eaglesword, which is in like Woolwich, but it's like Shooters Hill. So you got like an area called Shooters Hill,
Yeah,
and
yeah, come
then
on.
it kind of all right. You know what I'm saying? So man went to a school there called Eaglesword, which is now closed down. Some of the younger lot might know it as post 16 Shooters Hill campus.
Okay.
So
So you was alright. You was alright in school. So where did it all go wrong? Where did it start going wrong, man?
you know what it is? It all started going left when I was about 13. Like nothing due to school really. Like, but my school was like everyone went there. A couple
Mm.
Peckham Utes, a couple Getter Utes, a
Mm.
couple man from Kidbrook, a couple man from Thamesmead, a couple man from Woolwich, a couple man from Cherry Orchard. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, man, we knew from early that the people in my year knew from early that whatever area they was from, there was going to be something in life.
Mm, mm, mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sad that most of us took it goes that way, that life in crime. But all I can say is people from, like, I went to school with some good brothers, man. Like some of them from Woolwich. I don't really want to name too many names. You know what I mean? But they all become their own bosses. Do you know what I'm saying? They all become, and the ones that didn't, that have stuck to bits, has been legit. I've got legit mates that I've known from school as well. They're probably
Mm.
doing better than half the people that are on road now.
I can imagine.
So, but yeah,
So what
school was right. It was about 13,
the pay?
14.
Oh, I'm trying to get at what you because you moved down with your mum and dad, right?
My mum, yeah, my dad, obviously, you know what happened was, so my nan moved down to England in the early 80s, my nan and granddad.
Okay.
So originally, before I was even born, my mum come down with them. Then she went back up,
Mm.
but she went back up when she was pregnant with me.
Mm.
So from there, I went up there, then we come back down. But yeah, it's just me and my mum still, and my
Okay.
brother and sister.
No father figure. That's what I
Nah,
keep
no father figure still.
saying. You just hit the road. You get me subconsciously looking for one.
Yeah, from when I was about 12, 13, like, I used to have a couple OGs around still. So obviously, from when I was young, I always used to mix with a couple, maybe like 3, 4 years older than me.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know how it goes when you're at the bottom of the bottom. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going shop for certain man when you're a kid, and you pick up certain things and how certain people
Young,
think.
when
And
you're younger, I keep telling people, yeah, because you see, like, you got some people now, they say, oh, yeah, I never had no elders and I came up on my own. And let me tell you something. See, if you never had no elders, it's because you wasn't a bad enough kid. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because
yeah,
any
yeah,
kid that's
no,
bad, anyone older would log on to you like, yo, you know how it goes, man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Man's had people above man, over like elders or whatever. Obviously, there comes a time where that's dead now, and we're just brethren. You get what I'm saying? You're not even
yeah,
my
of
old.
course, of course.
Always starts with gangster life, like. Of course, you gotta have elders. Who's gonna school you to this game? But it's a game that you don't want to be schooled in. But if you're gonna fucking be in the game, you better be schooled in. So it's a catch-22.
Yeah, you need schooling in it, man. You need schooling. That's facts, man. Like if I didn't like it, you know what? Schooling helps, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like because you learn how people maneuver, how people think,
Yeah.
how people react. Do you know what I'm saying? And naturally, them being your older generation or them or your peers, naturally you're going to look up to them. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
what they're thinking or they're telling you at the time could be right for them. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether you're stuck your money or whether you ride out or
mm,
whatever the morals are, you pick up from these people. If there's no father figure, naturally you go
mm,
pick up. Do you know what I'm saying?
mm, mm,
And
mm.
that's how it went for a little while. Started picking up, and then after a while, man started running around, lacing shots. These times it weren't even weed, bro. Man's talking about puff, hash. Do you know
Mm.
what I'm saying? When these times you're getting £15 a queue. Do you know, like you remember
Early,
them times so
legendary.
early. So from then, man's always had the knowledge. Do you know what I'm saying of how to? Do you know what I'm saying? Like how to. If someone gives you some, you know, like the strategicness and of the business of shotting. Do
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? You get something, you break it down, you turn it into one
Yeah,
into two or one into three. You always
yeah,
make a profit. You always do
yeah.
deals. Yeah, like I picked this up from early. So when it was my time, so it all went pear shaped around when I was about 14, 15, because everyone that we went to in school
Mm,
now started beefing with each other.
mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's growing up and everyone's got testosterone, and my ends is better than your ends, and your ends is better than this ends.
Yeah,
So from then, do you know what I'm saying? Everyone just got a cracking ball. Do you know, not really in school, but outside of school. But the tensions were in school. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a couple of Somalian brethren from Woolwich that I was cool with. Man, I had to, do you see what I'm saying? Distance myself from them. I had a couple of people from Kidbrook that I was cool with. I had to distance myself from them just because of what was going on out there. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just you know how it goes, man. No matter what borough you're in, whether it's north, east, south, or west,
mm,
you end up getting it cracking with other opponents in the borough. That's
mm.
just, especially in
That's
my time anyway. We're talking 2003, early 2004, maybe even later 2002. So that's how it was, man. And yeah, things got turned up on the road. But I wasn't there for. Like, I was there for the first year. After I got sentenced, I went to jail. Got caught with a firearm. There was a couple of things on the firearm. One was an outstanding shooting.
how old was you again?
I was 15 at the
Yeah.
time, so this would have been. I'd done my GCSEs in jail,
Mm, mm,
so I would
mm.
have been like, yeah, it was about March times. I was in there for about 4 months. Then I went to court. Within that time, um, got a legal visit. Police come, said they're dropping the charges. Because at first it was an attempted murder,
Mm.
so that got dropped. Now I just got done for the loaded machine. Um, yeah, and I got 23 months, and that was obviously the time we're talking well before the 5 year rule was out. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
So
no, no.
yeah, for a lot of people that thinking, well, hold on a minute, like there was man that were doing things and getting birds that were not as horrific or damaging as we say now. You know, yeah, and that was it, man. I got 23 months of that. Already done 5 months in remand. So
So
yeah, literally,
you basically done college in prison.
yeah, I done my GCSEs and I
Right?
still got good
Remember,
GCSEs as
remember
well.
Booth, I never went to uni, blood. Feltham was my campus. You get what I'm saying?
Feltham, well, yeah, Feltham and Huntercombe was my campus.
You
Do
get
you
what
know
I'm
what I
trying to
mean?
say?
I done my GCSEs in Feltham. They got sent over. Obviously, when I got sentenced, I got moved to Huntercombe, which back then was a sentence jail for YO. Do you know what I mean? Felton was remand place from 15 to 18s. Then you had another section for 18 to 21s. I fell in that 15 to 18 bracket. By the time I got sentenced and my cases got dropped, they shipped me out to Huntercombe. And yeah, I done my last 6 months, 3 weeks, I think it was. And yeah, I was out.
So what did
I
you
was out,
think?
man.
What do you think?
17.
How did you come out? Like, do you know what I mean? What was in your mind? Like, am I gonna go back to? Did you think, oh, you know what? I'm gonna straighten up myself. I'm gonna go and get a job, or What was your mind state coming out of it?
Do you know what? Back then, when I first went jail, when I come out,
rehabilitation, like what was going on?
no, back then when I was younger, there was no rehabilitation, man. There was just hunger. Because you know what it is? Before I went jail, where I've been such on this money train for a long time, and I have to thank people that put me onto that pathway as well, because otherwise there wouldn't have been.
Oh no, sorry,
the guidance.
yeah. Mr. Bells just said Winston Green and Ewell was his campus, yeah. Winston Green can't be a campus, blood. That's big man thing, is it me? You have to talk about Rinsford, rude boy. You think I don't know about it? You got tricks. You have to talk about Rinsford was your campus. Winston Green.
Come on.
That's you're in your career by then time, but now go to you.
Yeah, you're in your career. Unless I know a couple man that have gone Winston Green, or a couple adult jails that are maybe a couple moons before their 21st.
I got started up to Winston Green.
Do you know what I'm saying? So there's, you know what I mean? Like, even on my second sentence.
But sorry, Alfie, for breaking. Go
on. So yeah, when I come out, it was just hunger time. It was just literally just, do you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no father figure or anyone to tell me, you know what, you can do this or you could do that. Well, man, never done any hobbies when I was younger. No football, no boxing, no rugby, no tennis. Do you know what I'm saying? Straight. That's all it was. Just what I'm saying. I come out. Do you know what I'm saying? My family was the roads then. Do you know what I'm saying? A couple elders that man used to look up to. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, fall back into position. Right, where do we go from here? What's happened? Do you know what I'm saying? Who's progressed where, and what's happening with this beef, and where do we stand now? Do you know? And then from then, man was knee deep in it for the next half a decade. Headache. Do you know what I'm saying? Over not nonsense, but over things that weren't worth getting into.
Can't be honest, blood, yeah? See, like, obviously, coming up, you know already, yeah? Boom. Man didn't even really know about, like, them ends there, Charlton and all that, too. See the DVDs and all that. And then there was...
The Street Selected.
And I thought, raw, there's man over there. Like, there's actually youths over there and all that. And they were actually on gunplay and all sorts of violence. So
yeah, they were. That video there was...
That made me realise that, raw, that man thinks nothing ain't going on. Like, it's really, really going on, same way.
Yeah, same way. And it's the same, obviously, we're talking back in between 02, 03, 4, 5, whatever. We're talking a long time ago. But back then, obviously, you're from East. So naturally, you're not really going to... We ain't got the social media now. We couldn't do this. He was doing. It was not even... There wasn't even a BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It was 5110s. You switch off your aerial and infrared. Man try link up and man try...
Grapevine business.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Grapevine business. So naturally, where I'm from in Cherry Orchard, like my next generation, there was no Cherry Orchard.
Yeah.
They were Woolly Jutes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Yeah, before I was around.
Where exactly is Cherry Orchard situated? What ends? Like,
it's in
Woolwich.
Charlton, SE7.
Is it Woolwich or Charlton?
It's in Charlton.
Okay, so that's your...
That's my plot, you know what I'm saying? But you see what, like, Woolwich and Greenwich is so close to each other. Like, Woolwich is 5 minutes down the road. Greenwich is 5 minutes down the road. Like, everywhere's on the doorstep, do you know what I'm saying? Everywhere's so compressed, do you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's stepping on each other's footsteps, literally. So, and then that's, yeah, from jail, man, got straight back into it, man. Yeah, we went to war, man.
Yeah,
You know, like that. Went to war for a bit,
going on down there.
and then man went jail in, and yeah, man went jail in 011, and then got out in 015.
Mm. What was that for?
Intense supply, class B, man, cannabis.
Okay, how did that go? What was the result?
The result was, man, I got 6.5 years, man. I got a leading role.
Okay, no, they gave you a big
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. They labelled me as a gang boss, which is something that I've never wanted to be or never claimed to be, or even the man them from my bits can say, well, you know what, Alf was a leading figure, but he was never.
They try to hit you up on some recoating. If this is
Yeah, on
America,
some recall thing. Yeah. It was headache, man. Like it was headache, fam. I got a confiscation order, 200 grand, like 230 grand confiscation order.
200 quid. Did you give into it?
I gave into it still, man. They wanted to hit me up with an extra five, so I just thought, you know what? But
You couldn't be bothered
but
with
by
giving it.
then, yeah, but by then they already had about 70 quid anyway. So for them to say that they wanted
You know
another
what?
130
You know
more,
what, though, Alfie? You know what though, Alfie? Just to make the youth them know, no matter what, like, see, like how you had a good run, you must have had a great run for them to fling that on you, yeah. But it's like even at the end of it, these bosses will take your money. So it's like understand this thing in it. Like you have to go legit at some point. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
at some
Because
point, at some
all
point.
that dirty, when you get nicked or whatever, that dirty money's gone again. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, brother, it took so long to stack up and it went so quick. Do you know what I'm
Mm. They've
saying?
literally,
You know, like
they've literally
the
forced
hard.
it to legitimate paths. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. They close off the doors, innit? Like, you know, they say, like, you know, when you're on the roads and you say, well, certain doors open for you. Well, they
Mm.
close them off.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They literally close them off. Like, but man took the bird anyway. Like, they had intelligence. People that I was rolling with, my intelligence file was a lot more greater than what my conviction record is.
Mm-mm-mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, on intelligence, man's back to man some millionaires and some killers. Do you know what I'm saying? So naturally, man is, I wouldn't say high risk, but
They're on you.
do you
They're
know,
on you.
yeah, they was onto it. Do you know what I mean? Like I was caught up in other people's obos, not doing anything, but just going to check them.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And these men are getting nicked for £250 million conspiracy.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like even my little brother, the reason why I got a hefty sentence as well, because my little brother at the time, he used to graft with me, and he was only 15.
Now, big up little
And
bro, though.
yeah, big up little bro. He lives in
Bro.
Australia now.
Yeah,
Like
come on.
he's gone. Like he had a plan and stuck to it, and he saved 100 quid and went. Do you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? He stacked 100 quid by the time he was 21, and he
Mm.
was a foot soldier. You know, so
So see,
yeah,
so
so
yeah, see, like by the time you went on this intent to supply, yeah,
yeah,
had your mum passed away yet? Like,
yeah. My mum passed away in 19 when I was 19. So I was 19, my brother was 11, and my sister was 7. So even from that, my mum passing away,
mm.
like you know how it is, man. You can't. I didn't even really know how to go to no one because there was man at such a young age, and people used to look up to man. Like, do you know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like, not youngers, but people that were a couple of years younger than me. Like I used to
Mm.
fall in two. I used in Cherry Orchard. We used to have olders and youngers. Naturally, I used to fall in between, in the middle, because
Mm.
man used to think like an older, but man used to move with the youngers because they was only 18 months older, younger than me. So,
Mm.
you know what I mean, but then when my mum died, man had everything else to deal with. I had to think about parenthood, um, literally everything now. My brother's school, my sister's school, teachers, coursework, homework, um, food, sleeping, like you know, like the routine for them, like everything. So I had to slot that in with my life as well. And at that time, like you're saying, I was on a clean run. These times I was getting 100 boxes of weed a month.
Mm.
Like literally, just that was an agreement that man had. So even if I only
Right.
moved
What
50,
you got to do for, yeah? Because you don't want to be saying madness, fam.
yeah, no, of course. Well, man's been convicted for it now,
Oh,
and this will go. Yeah, this will go
yeah,
back to it because
no DJ Vlad thing, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, that's cool, man. Like man can speak on this is past tense of everything that man's been convicted for. But same, my little
Oh,
brother, he got nicked. He had a photo on his phone, and he was sitting on about 70 boxes of punk. So they had him. So man took the rap for him and said like, listen, that Man was in control of that
Yeah.
situation there. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Man had the next situation going on as well. Man got caught with some more punk, so they just put the two together and they said, "Well, you know what? I think I got a 3 and then a 6.5 to run concurrent." So
Come like you got a slight result, like when you start breaking it down. You get me?
yeah, it was man was too advanced with man time.
Mm.
Like people that man's wrapped around with, like they was all younger than man, so they was following orders, but the orders that I weren't necessarily given were correct at the time because I was taking too much pressure on.
You get, yeah, I was watching the football. You get what I'm saying?
What was the score?
I don't even know. I paused it. Finland and Belgium just started again. But yeah,
Okay,
it was 0-0 when I paused it though.
I think Belgium won in the end still.
But yeah, sorry, brother. You know this life
Come on,
thing. You get me? Almost.
come on.
But yeah, man. So after you came out of that second time now, yeah. Now, furthermore, see, like going in that second time, how did you feel? Like, obviously, now you're the man of the whole household. Like, mummy's gone, so it's like, do you know what I mean? How did that make you feel? Because at the same time, we have to give out the proper stuff for the, you know what I mean? Make them know the
Yeah, it
pain,
was.
and you know what I mean? You can't make it
Yeah,
all
it was
look rose.
painful still. It was painful still because obviously, like you're saying, where man's a father figure to my brother and sister, no
Mm,
parents. It was literally like me and my brother got a different dad to my sister, so my sister was all right. Like she went
mm,
with when I went to jail, she went with her dad, but my brother didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? He didn't have no one. Like he
mm,
had no mum, no dad, and no big brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Which
mm.
was his mum, his dad, his best friend. So
Yeah.
when I had that to deal with, like, and I got the confiscation order as well. So naturally, I'm just thinking, well, the money I had stacked and whatever, boom, boom, AZ, that can go to my brother. But it won't. It
Mm.
didn't even work out like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So whatever money that I did have
Well, go on, Liam.
stepped aside.
Big up Liam. Liam's in the
Big up
live
Liam
style.
still, man. Come
Just
on.
having doing a little one-on-one with me pal Alfie, because they try, like, I see someone in the comments try and move, like, said no white boys ain't on smoke. These time Alfie's on smoke and Liam's on smoke, or used to be on
Come
smoke.
on.
No, but
It used to be. Man's,
yeah,
man's,
yeah,
man's. But
yeah. So go on.
so where was he talking? What my I can't even remember. It was my son's, my Charlton's second one.
Yeah, the second. I was gonna say to you, yeah. What I was asking you is, how did it make you feel in it to leave your people then without no
Bro, secretly, I was wounded. I was broken inside. I was broken.
Mm,
Like these times, I just had a U.
mm,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like as well as that, as well as everything else that's going on. Man, there's so much to take on. I just thought, well, one step at a time, one step at a time. So my priority was to make sure that my brother was cool. That
mm,
was my only priority from there. Make sure he was cool. So I got him some
mm.
accommodation. He kept his head down. He went to school. These times my brother's going to school on his own. You know, like like do you know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
He's going to school, and my brother still got 11 A to C's on his own. Do you know what I'm saying? Bad boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like so when I knew I had that to deal
You left
with, and he
him
dealt with
in school.
that.
You left him
Uh,
whilst he was in school. Went jail. When you went jail, he was in school.
yeah, he had 3 months left of school.
Mm.
So
Fucking hell.
obviously,
That must.
yeah, naturally. So I had a headache with social services before trying to even get my brother out, trying to even get my brother Denny and my sister. Do you know what I'm saying? So once I got them, there was no way that they was going back in the system. My sister went to her dad, and I spoke to my brother because I was on the run for a bit to half pattern myself out. So I said to my brother, I gave him the option. Listen, we haven't got family like that for someone for you to live with. Do you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? This has been me and you for the last 3 years. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go into care, or do you want me to sort you out? Excuse me. Do you want me to sort you out with a yard? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then someone can give you. Don't get me wrong. People can come stay with you. Like man, I had friends and people that would go around and do you know what I'm saying? Stay there 3-4 days a week and like legit people that are going to work and people would chip in and help out. Do you know what I'm saying? I weren't there by myself, but
Mm.
for that 3-4 months, my brother said, "Listen, I'm not going into care.
Yeah.
I'll do this with myself. I've got 3 months. I'm knee deep in my coursework and whatever. I'm not on the roads no more. So I'll ride it out. Do you know what I'm saying? So when it was a big relief knowing that he's done his GCSEs. He's been successful in them. Took a lot of weight off my shoulders in jail. Do you know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
after he done that, he went to Australia
Mm.
for 18 months. So by the time
Mm.
he come back, I was more or less had a year left of my sentence left. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So by then he was working. Then when I come out of jail, we linked back up again, and we just went back to basics. But
Okay.
yeah, jail itself was not
And
too
we know
bad. I had
what.
some good people. I had some good people in my sentence. People that are from my ends. My brethren Limps, my brethren Stater. There was a couple
Mm.
man. My brethren Zaki, Somalian Zaki kid from Woolwich,
Mm.
Doldy. Man met good people in the system from the
Now,
ends. You see what I'm saying?
and
So
you meet some people in the system that end up being longer friends than some of the people you know for ages, mate, or better friends furthermore.
definitely, and it all goes back to this. It all goes back to a saying that someone said to me: "Everyone's real to a real situation."
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And most people in jail are there because of a real situation. I'm not saying that everyone's in
Mm.
jail for different reasons. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah, you got
some of the
some
people,
accidental murderers still, but go on.
of course, but even that when I was in jail, I said to myself, right, I've got to. Where I've been to no college and I've no uni or nothing. I thought, right, I need to go to jail. Like jail don't help you rehabilitate. You have to want to. Jail has given you the equipment
Yeah,
to
you have
help
to
you
want to ability.
rehabilitate.
Oh,
Yeah, you're gonna have to want to do it yourself. The tools are there to do it, but you're gonna want to have to do it yourself. So I thought to myself, right, when I get out, I'm gonna go back to Scotland. I'm gonna buy a couple of houses. I already had that in my mind. I thought, right, houses are cheap up there.
mm.
It's a little bit more. It's a bit more dated back than what England is. So I just thought naturally, right, well, we live in the UK.
Mm.
So the UK is only going to get bigger in population. It's never going to get smaller. So I just thought naturally, man go up north. Houses are going to be cheaper. Soon they're going to climb the ladder as what they are down in London.
Mm.
So man done a bricklaying course in jail. Done my level 1, my level 2, my level 3. I can come. I'm a qualified bricklayer. So
Okay.
man done couple anger management courses. Think First program, um, TSP. What else did I do?
All of
I
them.
done my painting, decorating, my level 1. Basically, I just kept busy. I just kept busy. I was trying to work my
Yeah, your
DCAT.
Wi-Fi has
Then,
gone
then I got refused
crazy.
on intelligence. Yup. You back?
Don't know if it's me or you, but can you hear me?
I think it's you this time. Yeah, I can hear you still. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Can you hear me, Shaw?
yeah. I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me, blood.
Yeah, I can hear you and see you still. We're good. I think we're back on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, man. It's this mad ends, blood.
Yeah, it's funky. It's funky, man. It's the sticks and that, innit?
Yeah, I think it's delayed though, man. Cause you're just answering way later.
Shall I come out and phone you back again?
Um, you can hear me though, innit?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's cool, man. I just thought it was going
Can't.
bonkers. But yeah, you got any funny jail stories for us?
Funny jail stories. Yeah, I've got a few. So I've got a brethren. His name's Limps. He's a bit off key still. And anyone that knows Limps, he's had mental health issues from early. You get me? But not mental health as in like he's just tapped. You get me?
Mm.
So we was in. Obviously, we're in Rochester. I think these times. Yeah, we're in Rochester. This must have been like 013, 014. And
Mm.
So like he's mad anti, you get me? Like we've got a double cell and he's like, listen, I come from H wing. I got kicked off the enhanced wing, the cat wing. Boom, gone over to fucking E wing. And he said to me, Alf, one rule, I don't even bang up with no one. Yeah, I'm high risk. I'm low in my like I'm gonna voluntarily bang up with you on one condition. We don't have no one in our cell. No one. You get me? Everyone comes to the door. That's it. Anyway, couple long story short, man's got bare man in my cell still. Man's got a couple man that who was there. I think my brethren State was there. Some youth fat pants. My brethren Bully, Young Reeks. He's a rapper. There's a couple man still. And obviously my brethren Limps is like, raw, get out of the cell, get out of the cell, you get me? And then fucking, no one didn't take him serious. Bro, my man just started stripping off on a raggle team. And we, like, as time comes, no one didn't take him serious. But by the time he's turned around, like, my man's half naked, you get me? Not no batty man thing, because my man's a bad boy. You get me? But he said, fam, no one taking me serious. Yeah, I'm stripping off. You get me? And boom, you get me? Bear man started ducking out, like bad boys in man's cell. You get me? Quen, you know what I'm saying? But everyone's ducking out. Like my man start chasing man down. You get me? And there was one time that he's tapped. You get me? So obviously he used to like some screw called Miss White in Rochester, some little blonde thing. She's about mid-30s, but she would get it. So we banged up now. You get me? And he's like, right, Alf, listen, in a minute, buzz the door, you get me? I'm like, right, ask for Miss White. So I buzz the door, I've asked for Miss White. Limps is in his bed now. Get me, all pretending to be ill. Get me, Miss White's come to the door. I'm like, Miss, right, Jerome's, he's ill. Breathing, you get me? I don't know CPR. She's opened the door. My man's started grabbing his Corey, doing the windmill. You get me? Started chasing her up and down the landing route, boy. Like he got a nicking for it still, but yeah, man's had some mental times still. Like there's been times that man's gone to even myself, but like man used to go to the surgery. Man never really used to eat the prison food still, but if it was rice, potatoes, cake and custard. Friday, man used to get like fish and chips. Saturday, man used to get fucking the breakfast, man, mix it all up together without pork. Sunday used to be the left-sided chicken, you get me? Everyone in jail knows. Everyone used to get a left-sided bit of chicken. No one used to get the right side. But that's all I used to go for. So even when man was at the surgery, bro, like, man just hold man's plate out. They would fill man's plate up. Man would look at it and just be like, yo, bro, I'll turn my head away. You know that? But fill it up. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, there will be times that Scrooge used to tell man, like, this sentence, like, obviously man's not glorifying jail, but what it is, like, this is only in Rochester, you get me? Like, so Rochester was a YO, so then they made it to a man's jail. But you know what it is? Man's got the same screws. So you've got these screws that have got the mentality for the last 15 years of talking to kids.
Yeah.
Now you're chatting to big man. Do you know what I'm saying? So these times now it'll be like, we used to bang up at 6. Or was it 7? I'm not too sure. But every 5 minutes before, they would say, listen, Alf, bang up. Bang up. I'd be like, I'll bang up when I want to bang up. No one can't bang me up. You get me? I never used to listen to my mum. You get me? I'm in here because I don't listen to the law. I'm banging up when I want to bang up. Like back then, man used to say, well, this ain't jail. This is Lanzarote. Anyone that knows about Lanzarote, you know what I'm saying? Them times there, you get me? It was a jail. It was a holiday camp, bro. Holiday camp. These times, man are getting parcels in, and do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but man's not glorifying it, not at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
you're saying jail ain't a holiday camp. You get me? You still ain't got.
It's not. It's not. Like the other jails that I went to,
I'm definitely not on there moving like jail's a holiday camp, cause I done
never. It's not. It's not like I'm. Yeah, come on. Like there was a funny times, man. That was in there.
Yeah, we're not trying to glorify none of that.
No, not at all. God, like through my sentence, man started in Belmarsh.
Deal with it like a holiday camp.
Yeah, man. Man, deal with it, man. Do you know what I mean? That was the best time in my sentence when I come and linked up with certain men that I knew. When I was in the Marsh, man, met a couple man, but Marsh was tricky back then, 011. No one ain't getting parcels in. Then they shipped man to Wayland, security jail. Then they shipped man to fucking Lewis. Then from Lewis, they shipped man to Rochester. Man was down the block in Rochester. Man got UAD for a couple months. Then they shipped man Wood Hill. And then from Wood Hill, they shipped man back to fucking Belmarsh. So it was all. It was.
So what was your?
Them
What was your
jails there. I think.
I know it sounds mad. Yeah, this is even a mad. But what was your favorite jail? Lanzarote.
Yeah, it'd be Lanzarote, man, because the way you know what it is? The loop. You couldn't do what we've done. The way how. I'm not saying that like we was bad, but there was a loophole because the jail got changed from a YO to an adult jail, and you had these old schools that. Well, there was no schools that were younger than 40 there. There was only a couple. All of them were old. None of them didn't. If there was madnesses that were going on the wing, they were coming to me and to certain people that was on the wing. Yo, you man, sort that out. Like it doesn't pay our wage.
Yeah, they were.
It doesn't add up. Like we're not getting into that. I'm six. Like man's all 58. Man's telling me I'm 58. I can't be getting it cracking with 15 men that are in their 20s that have got gangbanging issues from the roles that are coming in. Like
someone said, Guys Mask. Yeah, I done Guys Mask. Still, Guys Mask is cushy. Remember I told you I was there for 7 days, blood.
Yeah. 7 days.
7 days. I got emergency ship out to Stoke Keith from done Guys Mask. But
a real emergency ship out as well, bro.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I've had a few of those, man. You get what I'm saying? But now, big up everyone in the live. You get me? Big up.
Yeah, come on. Large up everyone, man.
You get what I'm saying? But yeah, flipping. You know what though, yeah? Because we need some form of deterrence, blood. Because you're moving like jail's the place to go. And we need some form of deterrence. What madness did you see in there? How did man get chopped out his clothes? What was going on in there? When you
Yeah, obviously different jails, different. Do you know what I'm saying? So most jails that people go to are CCAT jails. You know what I'm saying? It's only like I didn't go to dispersal, but when I'm in the Marsh and Wood Hill and these places, and you're seeing people that are coming back and getting 35s, 45s, 52 year, and we're talking wrecks. We're not talking sentences like halves, and these people got nothing to lose. So the littlest thing, the littlest eye contact, or if something went left in their mind, man are just getting torn out. Like whether it was hot water and sugar, oil, sugar, all in the kettle, man are getting pulped up, poled up with snooker cues, man's face getting literally, you know what it's like, man. You've seen man get hot water and sugar or hot water and oil. Instantly, you go to grab your face, and when you go grab your face, and it looks like it's all sticking. Do you know what I'm saying? You see a man's pink, but you're just seeing flesh. You know, like you're seeing man that are doing birds, like. Man's been jailed with people that are never getting out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like never getting out. Like man are coming back from the Old Bailey and getting NL.
To just understand if that's where you think you want to go to, that holiday camp. It's a dangerous holiday camp.
Yeah, it's a dangerous holiday camp still, because in there everyone's got something to prove and nothing to lose. Everyone's in the same boat, and there's a lot of ego, testosterone, and arguments happen over nothing, man. Like man's beat up cellmates, man's had arguments with cellmates over little things.
Worse when you're getting a big bird and you're landing dispersals, and you see me?
Yeah, man. And we know people that have been dispersals, you know?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We know people that have been dispersal, man, whether it's Franklin, Longlarton, Whitemore. Do you know what I'm saying? So
but yeah, no, you don't want to be in there away from your people, them. You know what I mean? For too long.
No, it's pain, man. It's pain.
I chat to a lot of lifers, and they'll tell me, you know what? They wouldn't even do what they done. So
yeah, it's just not worth it. Like it's really not worth it.
It's the only regret. I can only be sitting down doing that. Like if I licked over someone that done something to my family, then I wouldn't care. I write that with a smile. You get me?
Yeah, of course. You put your feet up, don't you? Because you know, and there's a small percentage of people that are in there for principle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that are happy to be there because you know what, the crime that I've done was justice. Do you know what I'm saying? Like man got there before the law did, sort of thing. So, which is understandable. Do you know what I mean? Some things, but naturally, Do you know what I mean? Jail's a mugs game, man. You can learn good things from there. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
And you meet good people, but at the end of the day, you come out of them gates by yourself again.
Yeah.
You go back to what you were saying the first time. Do you know what I mean? There's not much help, and the system don't want to help you. Probation is more time is set out for you to fail. You know, even when I got out, they wanted to recall me for being homeless. These are things I've never even heard of. They want to
Fuck,
recall me for being homeless.
fuck
I'm
it.
thinking, yeah, this is your lot's job
We
to.
got a home for you, you know. Don't we got a home for you. If you're homeless, we got a home for you.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like naturally, you'd think because like you think nonces and heroes, they get more of a privilege than what anyone else does. Do you know what I mean? And you think, well, you can house these lot, but you can't even fucking house me. So when I sort myself out accommodation, then they're saying to man like, "Wow, now we want to recall you for fucking not having a job." So sorry, it's just someone said, "Was I in jail with Danny?" I was in jail with Danny Simpson still. And I was in Hunter Coombe with Danny still. When I got my sentence from fucking Camberwell Youth Court. No, I'm lying. They upped it to the magistrates next door because obviously I got more than a 12-month sentence. So on that bus, Danny Simpson got sentenced from Youth Court. We was both in Hunter Coombe together.
They're saying, was he really about it?
Yeah, Dan's been a fight man still. Dan can have scraps still. I see Dan from Hunter Coombe. I see him knock out 3-4 man. Once with a snooker ball and a sock, Paul Q. He beat up some youth from East. I think it was from Hackney called Yardy. Back then, he never really bare patois. But yeah, Danny dealt with him still.
No, I rated Murray still. Lee Murray. I rated Murray still. I swear that's his elder still.
Yeah, like we're from that same. Yeah, we're from the same end still. Lee was a general in his end still, man. He was a boss still. Like he was really what they say still. But yeah, free Lee as well, man. Out in Morocco, man.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. And he done his thing in the as well.
Yeah, he done his fighting thing still, man. He done his fighting thing, and obviously he licked one of the biggest moves in the world, man. So when it comes to currency, he weren't really a lick man. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you know, like, see, like, even with these interviews or what, it's not even an interview because it's just an RTM convo because we just chatting, innit?
Yeah, of course.
Like, by the end of it now, blood, like, man's got to come with some form of reason for this. Like, obviously, after all of that, was it worth it, the roads? Like, what do you think?
Do you know what? It was... It's a tricky one. It's a cliche. Do you know what it is? Like... It wasn't in the sense of how man was growing up was bullshit, because what man was getting told was half bullshit. So, in that sense, but man grew up with some good people. Do you know what I'm saying? And
definitely.
If it weren't for the roads, then I wouldn't be who I am now. So, do you know what I mean? So at the same time, it all depends how you look at it. Financially.
Because you see,
possibly not up to the.
It's like with me, you know, Alfie. I say I wouldn't change my life for nothing. Because you see, like the experience, everything comes with it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't say it wasn't worth it because I'm hearing it. But what I would say,
of course.
What I would say is it's definitely worth bringing it to an end in time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's definitely it's worth signing out at the right time. You get me?
Yeah, definitely. If you're on the roads, have a goal and stick to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like literally, have a target and stick to it, and then use that money to elevate yourself from there. Because if like people like us, we come from the roads, and many others do. So if you can build an empire, and I can build an empire from nothing, whether that's whatever food that we're shot in or whatever hustle it is. If we've got people underneath us and people that are, and there's an organization and everything's moving at a frequency, then and you build that from the roads, then what can you do if you what I'm trying to say is if you had an empire from the roads and you built it from nothing, and then you had 100, 200, 300, 400 grand, 500, whatever on legitly to build into your next adventure, that's going to blossom much more than what the roads would. You know what I'm saying? You use the same skills. It's their platform.
Skills, isn't it?
Yeah, and with the roads, there's a lot of skills in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like with the whole, like myself, I was involved in a shotting game. So man understood from early that man buys something at a cost price, and then man chop it up into the smallest bits, and man makes the maximum profit. That was me. Do you know what I'm saying? Or that was me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not active no more. Do you know what I'm saying? Since COVID and the encrypted saga and the encro phones, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah,
It's a whole different.
I keep telling you, see these police, blood, they kind of got the game sewn up still.
They got it, man.
The spear cameras, all my bridge, like, bro, they'll bug your yard, they'll bug your foot, like, it's mad. You get what I'm saying?
It's crazy. It's not like what it was even 10 years ago when this whole hard food thing come out and this whole country thing and this whole OT, their man were on it. I knew people, we know people, do you see what I'm saying, that had phones that were doing 20, 30, 40 bags a day. Do you know what I'm saying? So now it's not like that. You're not hearing phones that are doing them numbers now. No way. Man are struggling to do 2, 3 quid. Everything's changed. So if the dynamics have changed, then I've got to go with the dynamics. Otherwise, I'm going to fall through the sieve and get caught out. Do you know what I mean? And I'm 33 next month. So if I do anything from now and get caught, I know that I'm not coming out until I'm 40. The logistics don't make, it just doesn't make sense. The risk and the reward nowadays don't make sense. Like, it's not like what it was. Back then, we never boasted about what we done. Like you're saying, our works or our mashes or like anything that we done on the field, or whether it was financially or physically, anything. It was done. You knew about it from the road.
From the grapevine, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, through the grapevine. Man didn't hear about it on social media. Everything's a lot different now. You know, and the risk and the reward doesn't add up. It doesn't add up, man. And it doesn't, for example, there's people that are going to OT, doing this country thing for a week and getting paid 7 bills. Well, you might as well go and get a scaffolding job and get a 1 hour a day. Do you know what I'm saying? Be home by 5 o'clock, not work on the weekends, and not doing no 24 hours, not banking. Do you know what I'm saying? And the logistics don't make sense. So this time now, like as we're coming into 2021, and you're seeing people like Marv, shall we say, as an example. Do you know what I'm saying? Doing good things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like realizing, well, this life is not worth it. So let me just try and nip it in the bud now from the youth, and try to show them now from early. You know what? You can build an empire up being legitly. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, there's legit people that I know that are getting 30, 35 grand a year jobs. They've got mortgage. They got cars. I look at some people on the road and I think, well, a certain man are in jail. Not because of whatever's fault, but you know, when you just look at it and think, and I always go back to that. Remember that advert where you get the 2 rabbits? One's a Duracell battery and one's a normal battery. And that normal battery just blows by, and that rabbit first, and he sets off quick, and then he starts dying out. And then you got that Duracell battery that just slowly just overpowers him, just keeps on running, takes it to the finish line. It's about being slow and sturdy. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're getting money fast, quick, stack it. Have a plan. Do you know what I'm saying? Have a business adventure and set out. Because this system is set to fail, man. They don't want us.
People as well. Cause obviously, you know, from being out there, like it's hard. Like money, you can't just tell people to stop doing what they're doing, type of thing. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, don't just do it for the Louis and the Gucci and the Dweller. You get what I'm saying? Do it to come out of this shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, do it. And there's a saying, stunt
and all that, man.
Yeah, look into business courses, and there's nothing being ashamed or pride. Or there's people that I know that have hit the roads and that have been going to university. You know what I'm saying? That they've done 3, 4 uni courses while I've been on the road. You know what I'm saying? Now my man can speak 6 languages. Like he can be a translator anywhere in the world and get 100 grand a year because he can speak 6 languages. Do you know what I'm saying? So have a plan and stick to it. Don't be on the road for image and clout because it's not going to work. it's not gonna work these days. You know what you do? Stack your money up,
Longevity. That's what you need to be.
longevity, and then you can buy as much Louis and Gooey, whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want. You know, so people have got. I realised well too late. Do you know what I mean? And I was ahead of the game in the roads. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man was doing so many numbers, such a young kid. Man was quite fortunate to stack a bit. They took a chunk, but from this time when I hit the roads again, and I just thought, you know what, I just want to give it in. I know that I'm at a decent position where I can set something good. So with my bricklaying skills that I've qualified from Jowl, it's all about playing them at their own game sometimes. It's about, right, well, you got time off me, I'm going to get my time and money back off you. Do you know what I'm saying? So you want to go to college these days, it's going to cost you 4 or 5 grand to do a course. So you might as well do all your courses in Jowl, whatever ones you can learn from, because that's what I've done. I thought, right, man went back up to Scotland, went to an auction, bought a 1-bedroom house, cool. 3 months down later, renovated a 2-bedroom house that I bought. So now I'm slowly getting into that game where I can rent them out and then slowly just get a small income. I'd rather have 7 small incomes of rent than one big chunky. You know what I mean? Like they say the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. So if I can try and get 7 streams of income, then I know that I'm heading in the right place. So
you're heading in the right direction. But do you know what, fam? Yeah, I picked up something here, and it's true. You see, like when you are, if you do get caught out or whatever, yeah, and you do have to go behind the door, use it to your advantage. You know, like there's courses in there that you can do that will give you the skills to be able to like put your money into something that it's your own business. Like my brethren, like my first Cody, like we went jail, and then he's never been back to jail. You get what I'm saying? He done his little roofing thing and whatnot, and he just owned that. You get me? Like he's got his own roofing business, and I'm saying there's things in there to learn. Like I don't know, I didn't do them because I was on mad dance hall, but you get what I'm saying? Yeah,
skilly.
There's there that you can do still.
You get me? But yeah, same. That's what I done, man. I just thought, right, well, you got more than 1,000 days out of me. So for these 1,000 days, I need to literally program. And yeah, I had to come out a changed person, man. I was angry as well for my mother's passing as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of redemption, like a lot of like, and obviously with the sentence, yeah, bare headaches, man. So I just went to these anger management programs. I got my head straight. I had to get my head straight first. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to go jail, but it's hard to get out. And if anyone in jail, anyone that's been sentenced, anyone that's been jail knows, it's easy to get sentenced, but it's hard to get out. You kick up fuckery in jail, they're giving you extra days. My brethren right now he's got 2 years and extra days. What's the point? Do you know what I'm saying, bro? It's a whole nother bird. Like, it just, you know what I mean? It just doesn't add up. So.
Yeah, no, man, it's good that you're big up, Max. It's good that you're doing the right thing now, man. You get me?
Yeah, and it's everyone has to somewhere down the line, and do you know what as well?
It don't make you an idiot. It don't make you a dickhead because you know what I mean.
It's one of the biggest steps. It's one of the biggest steps that a roadman takes to adapting to become legal. Crossing that invisible line, because like you say, we're so used to getting an income. How can I tell a youth, listen, stop shotting, stop doing what you're doing and become legal? Yeah. You'd be like, huh? What, you're replacing my income, what I'm making? If you are, I will listen to what you're saying. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and that's the same for myself. I'm good at giving out advice, but sometimes I'm not the best at taking my own advice. Yeah. So, crossing that line, I'm looking at thinking, ooh, man's got an income. Man can step over that line and set up a couple of businesses. Like, think about it. I know it's easier said than done, but like everyone on the road knows 2 or 3 girls naturally, whether you're linking them or your brethren or whether they're your family's people. Them 2, 3 women, or however many people you know, they need to get their nails done. They need to get their hair done, their eyebrows. They need to get it all done. So why don't we open up a shop, get a lease from a shop, what location it is in, 6, 10, 8, whatever grand, You kick the place out 10, 12 grand, and then you've got a beauty salon. And then you get them girls in there. Instead of them spending 60, 80, £100, all this, you're in there. Get the qualifications, you're in there. And that will cost you the same as a brick of yay.
Come on.
Do you know what I'm saying? But that brick of yay, yeah, you might flip 2-3 times more. But once you get caught and they send you to jail, that money gets dried up if they ain't grabbed it off you already.
See that game there? The game. What I find with that game there is it's all good, yeah, but you take the losses as well. Still, like you always have to take, and it's the losses what piss you off. Like it's all good, but you know, like you have a little man that might not come back to you, or this one got like it's just that thing, blood, and it winds me up, blood. You get me, and then you end up having argument with man, and you get me, like how they're your friend, they want to take too long, and be that thing, blood.
Yeah, people, it's a game of snakes and ladders, man, and you have to think in it, like you're saying, the longevity in it. What are you in it for? Where do you want to be in life? You know, like they say, life starts at 40, innit? I mean, you're meant to be from when you're 10 to 20. That's the decade of learning. Open your eyes, whether it's education, skills, periods, or whether it's puberty, or whether it's drinking, alcohol, drugs, crime. You know what I'm saying? That 10 to 20 decade is a crucial year. Is a crucial year. And if you're people like me and you that have hit the roads, from when you're in your late teens and you're really that other bracket now, that 20 to 30 stage, and you're hitting the roads hard. You see what I'm saying? They're the times that you should be saving your money. So when you're 30 to 40, you make that step now that I've just made of crossing that line. And then using 10 years, because if people like, for example, myself, I used to get up at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be up for 18, 19 hours. Sometimes I do 24 hours, no sleep. I'm shotting weed. Do you know what I'm saying? So if I can put in so much energy, so much time, and so much effort into this, then I must be able to do it legitly.
Yeah, and I hope everyone's taking all of this in, because you're dropping some gems, man.
You know, so it is a big step to make. Do you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I've got friends that they're millionaires from this, and that is a part of my inspiration. That people that are saying to me, "Alf, you can do this. Like you can do it." Like, I've got friends that have had their stepping stone, got their stepping stone, and now they've got businesses, construction businesses. Do you know what I'm saying? My other friends got a multiple of gyms. So if they can do it, and these are people that I've taught as well on the roads. I've taught these people how to make money, and now they're teaching me how to be legit. So I'm thinking, if they can do it, I can do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, man's got to push through it, man. We've been there, man. We've done it. You know, like, man's happy to even still be here now, talking on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like on the old life, because there could be times where I couldn't be here.
It's not like you know what I'm saying?
This is it, man. So
like this, you get me, car. Enough man are just, you know what I mean, doing some numbers. Enough man are underneath. You get what I'm saying? So
people are doing numbers, man. So we know, man, there's people that are never getting out, and there's people that have got out. You know, there's people that we know people, mutual people that have been deported, and they're even doing a better life out. We know people.
You know, I'm gonna have an arty and convo with Diamond still. I'm gonna do him next still.
You need to get him on, because
I'm gonna get Faceless as well, man.
Yeah, my brother Faceless, Diamond. These are like, even like from when we was younger. Like, I'm talking 15 times. Like me and Diamond, Faceless. Like, man knows Faceless has different names. You know what I'm saying? But obviously that's his music name now. But Diamond himself, like his brother. Oh, these man were serious people, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Ride. You know what I mean? Big Ride. You get me? Roosevelt, man. My dog. You know what I'm saying? Like and this is it. Like from school times. So I used to go to school. In my year, my best friend was called Tito, and Tito was their brother. So I was wrapped around these man from early. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and man see wickedness. You get me? Like, a lot of people say that they want badness, but Diamond and these man want smoke. And there was a time Diamond will probably mention it when he's with you, but there was a time when we had an altercation, and I could have lost my life. It wasn't a joke. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that, I was in them man's plot of land, and I was being stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? And it could have cost me my life, but down to Diamond and down to Faceless. You know what I'm saying? And it all got sorted out. And then from then, Diamond said to me, he said, "Alf, you solid, bro, because you weren't."
Now, I spoke to him the other day. He said, "Blood, you see that white youth? That's the realest white youth." He couldn't believe. He said, "You just weren't having it." You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I weren't having it, bro, because like man was ready to go. But if that's the case, just know that there's repercussions to every action. There's always a reaction in it. Do you know what I'm saying? But them man showed me a whole nother level of how to think and how to maneuver. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, yeah. But Diamond himself, these men have done life sentences, got deported, and now they're millionaires. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's certain man on the road now.
Come check him, Kramer. Come check him. The other week he was up there for like 6 weeks, man. Yeah, man, man's gonna reason with him. Sometimes.
Yeah, man's waiting for COVID to finish, and I'm going over to Nigeria. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man knows more good people in Nigeria than I do now, really. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so the world is man's oyster, man. Like, but these people they showed me a lot as well, man. So man needs to go and pay homage to them in due time, man, and go over to Nigeria, brother, and live a little. Because a lot of people think Nigeria is not how it is now. Do you know what I'm saying? How you think it is. Do you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, Lagos is like Las Lagos now, I'm hearing.
Yeah,
it's like, so
we got the Niger man, them, you know, my son.
We got the Niger man, you get me? Got some good brothers there, man. Serious.
But yeah, no, man, it's been a pleasure, my brother.
Come on, man. It's always a pleasure to be on this way, man.
I've got to catch up on the football. I'm knackered as well. I need to go and have a bath. You get me? I need to go and wash my ball bags. Cause you're done. Yeah,
come on. Being clean is the most important thing, cuz.
Yeah, blood. I got gym in the morning. You get me? But yeah, man, it's always a pleasure chatting to you, man. And it's good
always,
to see
man.
Good to see you up and healthy, and do you get what I'm trying to say? Looking in good spirits. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I am in good spirits, man. I'm in a good place, man. And it's good to see you doing your thing as well, man. Keep pushing, and do you know what I'm saying? But just keep the more content, the better. But yeah, to stay relevant.
Trying the thing, blood. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, this is just I ain't got my interviewing skills on point, but you get you done well though, because you kept it pushing still.
Yeah, no, much appreciated, man. It's just
bro, man, because a lot of people.
It's good to get man's story out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
you get me, but respect. Thanks for everyone joining in.
Yeah, thanks for everyone joining in, man. Much appreciated. Large up everyone, man.
Someone even said can't beat the Charlton Park days, Alf.
Yeah, come on. That was my early days still, from when even before anything, bruv, man. There was me and a good set of people in Charlton Park, bruv. That's right near Cherry Orchard, man. We used to have some good innocent times there, man. Driving bikes. Yeah. That's where man first learned how to drive bikes, and yeah, a lot of experience in days still there, man. So
memories, man. We got them.
Yeah, big up everyone from Charlton, man. Everyone from Charlton, like Charlton's, it's a humble area, man. There's many good people there, man. There's hardly any wrong, and so
listen,
pleasant.
Listen, mate. I tell you one thing, and one thing's for sure, is you're a very good advert for Charlton, mate, because you're fucking cushy, mate. Do you know what I mean?
But they should have me down there, bruv. They should have me on that. They should have me doing something down there, man.
You know what I mean? But respect, my brother.
Safe space, man. Always a pleasure, man.
We got everyone on the live. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got everyone one more time, man. Serious.
To relax to in the evening. Now, big up you. Respect everyone in the live.
Live, man.
If you logged onto it late, I'm gonna post it on the YouTube anyway. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you watch the next episode. Next Sunday, we'll be talking about fathers. And it's a good episode still. Back in the old place. You get what I'm saying? Make sure you have a butcher's, Alfie.
I'm there, bruv. I'm there. I prefer the old settings than the new settings, man. But it's good to be back at base, man. It's just good to see you now.
it's either we went to that new place or there would have been no show for 2 months. Man would have had me on live chatting shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's only so much people can take that before, you know, they want to see the podcast, you know, they want to see people's stories as well. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, congratulations on the podcast as well, man, because you've had good people on there as well, a good range and selective different people that are voicing their opinion, and they're all pushing positive stuff, man. So I want to big up everyone that's been on your podcast as well, man, because just keep pushing as well, man.
No, big you up, Alfie, man. Respect,
Large
man.
up, man.
Pleasure,
Safe space, man. Love, my G, and I'll catch up with you soon, my bro.
Salute.
Sure.
Sure.